got him covered. O'Connor backs up inside for Hosking, down for Lyon, away now for Darryl Williams. Williams, he'll go all the way. Williams brings the crowd to their feet.
1992, and the Winfield Cup comes to Auckland.
Yes, sirree. They love it here. Round the corner ball. Cam goes for the line, puts it down.
1993, the Cup returns with two of the Premiership heavyweights.
Molly's around. Oh, chance! Chance for Canterbury. Yes!
Contenders Canterbury. Can their Kiwi stars Jarrod McCracken and Gavin Hill steer the Bulldogs to a memorable victory?
Lamb kicks for the outside man. Williams!
All of the champions, Brisbane, continue their winning ways, Alfie Langer style.
Back to Langer! Langer! Oh! The magic of Langer!
It's the Bulldogs and the Broncos on Friday Night Football.
New Zealand interest in rugby league is at an all-time high, and tonight their appetite will be whetted even further as we welcome you to Carlaw Park in Auckland for our Friday night coverage of Winfield Cup football. Tonight, the Brisbane Broncos up against the Canterbury Bulldogs. This was to be a Canterbury home game, but they've relinquished that advantage to promote the game in New Zealand. Ray Warren, something we've seen plenty of over here in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, that's right. This match, of course, coinciding with the unveiling of the new jumper for the Auckland Warriors, and, of course, their first corporate dinner last night, at which John Quayle was the guest speaker. It's always been a great rugby league city, Auckland, but they are full of expectation. They're very excited about their entry 2 years down the track. So much so that we've got helicopters landing and we've got bungee jumpers all getting ready to jump out of the helicopter. It's a great night here at Carlaw Park for this one between Brisbane and Canterbury. They've played 5 times. Ironically, since 1988, Canterbury have beaten Brisbane 4 out of the 5. But I think Brisbane, you know, the defending champions, they might be just too strong here.
There's no doubt Brisbane will go in as favourites. Ray Warren has pointed out they do have a good record, Canterbury, and they showed plenty of character last week. Paul Vaughton coming from behind against Balmain. What players will they be looking to once again to lead the way this evening?
Well, Canterbury's a very tough outfit. Players such as Craig Polomana, their halfback, a lot of skill, touches speed around those rucks. He controls their play. Luke Goodwin, the fullback, brings the ball back as well as any fullback in the game today. A lot of talent there as well, a lot of ability, can come up with a match-winning play. And talk about match winners, what about Terry Lamb? He's an outstanding player in the Winfield Cup, and he alone could get them home tonight.
Well, what style of play will get them home tonight? Is there any one aspect of the game where they need to concentrate?
Well, Brisbane's side don't like to be bustled, and if Canterbury's defence can get up very quickly on the outside backs of Brisbane and bustle them, then I give them a big hope.
Well, mixed loyalties amongst the commentary team. Ray tipping Brisbane. Canterbury, I think, is Paul Vaughton's choice. That's pretty much the way that the crowd feel about this one. They are a little bit divided, but the one thing we are sure of is that we have one very competitive game of rugby league between Brisbane and Canterbury coming to you from Carlaw Park.
Tonight from Carlaw Park in Auckland. The Bulldogs take on the Broncos.
And there they are, the Canterbury-Bankstown Bulldogs, taken out by Terry Lamb and welcomed by a huge crowd at Carlaw Park. 3 Kiwis in the Canterbury lineup. Let's have a look at their entire list. Luke Goodwin at fullback, Dallas and Williams the wings, Smith and McCracken the centres, Lamb, Polomouta, Dimmick, Smith, Gillies, Bella, Peets and Hill. Strong team for Canterbury. Darren Smith, where's the number 3, and partners Jarrod McCracken, one of those 3 Kiwis I mentioned. In fact, there's Jason Williams, and of course Gavin Hill's the other. guess this big crowd, if they have to choose, they'll be leaning towards the Hyundai Bulldogs and now the Broncos. First time we've seen them this year. A win over Cronulla last weekend, defending their Winfield championship. O'Neill is the fullback. Hancock, Renoff, Johns, Khan, 3/4. Kevin Walters, Alan Langer, Terry Madison, Can Gilmeister, G, Kerrod Walters and Glenn Lazarus. A cloud over Lazarus and Kevin Walters, but they've passed the injury test and they're out there to do battle for the Brisbane Broncos. Talking of them, Gene Miles joins us on the sidelines tonight.
Thanks, Ray. Beautiful conditions down there for rugby league tonight. I've had the pleasure to play on this field quite a number of times, but without doubt this is the finest I've seen Carlisle Park look, and that's no reason why the best two attacking sides in the league won't show the footy around tonight.
Greg McCallum is the man in charge for our Friday night bill of fare. Great atmosphere. Yesterday, as I said, they had their official launch and the entire city is talking rugby league as they count down to 1995 when John Money will bring the Warriors into the Winfield Cup. Canterbury then from right to left. Change in the colour of the numbers on the Broncos this year. They're normally the maroon. They've gone with the white numbers. That might be a good thing as Canterbury kicks off. Oh, straight through the legs of Glenn Lazarus. The crowd roars their delight. Brisbane immediately with their back to the wall. That's Can. Lazarus. Kerrod Walters into dummy half. They're looking for the clear. Gilmeister. 25 out from their own line. Opening seconds of the second weekend of rugby league in 1993. This is Polomounta. Good chase there by the Brisbane 3/4.
A very enthusiastic start by both teams. They did well, Brisbane, to get out there through 4 of their forwards as Greg McCallum finds the first penalty of the match. The Brisbane players inside the 5. Gene Miles, always windy over here as we see this penalty. There they are all in front of Greg McCallum. Is the wind favouring any side substantially in this first 40?
Well, I think the wind will be favouring Canterbury with Hill to take this kick. It looks like it's blowing directly behind his back. There's not a great deal of it this time.
Timeout as Gavin Hill looks for the sandboy. This kick is about 41 metres out for Gavin Hill. He was on the end of a peppering in Canterbury's win over Balmain last Saturday, 19-14. And there was a question mark whether he would be in fact in this team tonight. But I don't think any one of these three Kiwis would miss this without having a real big problem. Big thank you has got to be extended to people like Hyundai and Tui's and Synovus, the Canterbury sponsors. Hyundai, the major, of course, Canterbury giving their home game up to promote the game here in Auckland. Hill from right in front, 41 out, left the boot nicely. He's got the goal. There's the first point of the game to the Bulldogs. They lead by 2-0 over the Broncos.
That's a great start for the Hyundai Bulldogs tonight. Brisbane didn't start too well when that ball went through Lazarus's legs. There's a big fella. He's got a massive chest guard on to protect his sternum, which was injured last week. He broke his sternum last year, had an operation, was out for 6 to 8 weeks, and it still gives him a few problems.
This young boy
A young man, I should call him Luke Goodwin. He can break a game open. Now Jim Dimmick. Gavin Hill. To the right and away from Pollamouta. Gillies. Goodwin. Punching it down inside the 20-metre line. And Julian O'Neill smothered by a very good chase from the Canterbury defence men. Hancock. Plenty of enthusiasm in the Canterbury defence. Lazarus. 2-0 in favour of Canterbury. Early moments. Andrew G.
Just noticeable early on, Ray, on the fourth tackle here for the Brisbane side. The Canterbury are slowing to play the ball down of this Brisbane side. That's one of their big pluses, the momentum they get from the quick play of the ball. But that set of 5 tackles we just saw from Brisbane, they weren't able to get that momentum going.
O'Neill's kick is a good one. Plenty of distance. Now Goodwin tries to step away from Kevin Walters, but is pulled down by Trevor Gilmeister. McCracken, his first touch of the ball. Bella. Hill. Lamb. Again, sending it down into the same corner that they've been kicking to since the start. And Julian O'Neill wrapped up.
We'll see the Canterbury side continue to kick to that corner. This far corner, the left-hand corner that Canterbury would be running at, there's actually a rise in the Carlaw Park ground. And the ball doesn't run as readily to the sideline. There's no doubt Terry Lamb has sussed that out and will continue the kicking game to the far side of the field.
Willie Kahn. About 35 metres out as Madison is met by 3 of the Canterbury defence men. And the penalty goes to the Brisbane side. Too much in the tackle is the ruling from McCallum.
Well, they've been doing it very well, Canterbury. The referee's given a bit of latitude in this area, but on this occasion, referee McCallum rules. See the hands in there in the tackle. That's what he's complaining about. It's all right to put the bodies in the tackle, hold them down with your body on top of body. But when hands are involved, it's a no-no.
There was a poor penalty too, wasn't it, Paul? All, the Canterbury players were back in defence. There was no need to go on with it that long.
So though they've been doing most of the defending, Brisbane now get an opportunity to put on some attack. Lazarus plays it 30 metres out. Sloppy play the ball. And a knock-on is ordered by McCallum, so any advantage that Brisbane had has been lost. Look on the face of Kerrod Walters. He took a look at big Lazarus as if to say, what was that? A shocker of a play the ball. Canterbury come up with the scrum win. Lamb away, chiming in as Goodwin. They're going across the park. Now Darren Smith has tackled 30 metres out from his own line. McCracken. Keen to have a big one tonight. Gavin Hill. 2-0 in favour of Canterbury. Penalty goal by Gavin Hill after just a couple of minutes of play. Peach. Goodwin. He gives Canterbury a nice option with their kicking game. Pollamouta can kick, so can Lamb, but Goodwin, that young lad, he gives them that extra string to the bow. Long pass by Langer. And they're 15 metres out from their own line, Brisbane.
McCallum's called out a Canterbury play here for an infringement in the play of the ball. Another one of these high tackles we're becoming used to.
So 2-0 in favour of Canterbury as this penalty goes to Brisbane. Good kick finding the line. 5 metres on Brisbane's side of halfway. Alan Can. Big tackle on G, but he accepted the weight of the tackle, the groan of the crowd, and then he went on with some more. Madison. Ooh, gee, that tackle was rather dubious from Geordie Peets. Good passing along this Brisbane backline out to Renoff. Now they're 5 metres into Canterbury's area through Langer. Gilmeister. Langer steps, looks to promote it. He gets the pass away. Chris Johns goes ahead. Pressure for Goodwin, but he's equal to it. Brought down 10 metres out from his own line.
Well, we see a penalty awarded against Willie Kahn. The best 2 plays of Brisbane side have been those last 2. I think it's been a fairly flat start for the Brisbane side. They kept the ball alive on the last tackle here, but already we've seen Alan Langer try and move the ball 10 metres out from his own line, picked up men standing still outside. Glenn Lazarus, a very sloppy play, the ball in good attacking position. Well, a mistake here from Canterbury. Willie Kahn doesn't do well enough. Will get the touch of the football, so it will be a scrum.
I don't know so much, Pete. I think he had his foot on the line, and that's the way the touch judge has ruled. Bella.
They're being out enthused at the moment, aren't they, Brisbane?
Yeah, the Canterbury forwards are going sensational. Their defence is brilliant. They're just knocking these Brisbane players over, and they're running the ball up very hard.
Well, this is the sort of thing that Brisbane are going to have to get used to now that they're the champions. Everybody would love to get a shot on the Broncos. Dimmick. Good pass. Canterbury on the attack, but they mess it up out wide.
Oh, it was a great ball from Luke Goodwin, picking up Darren Smith. He was outside his man. He's got good speed, Darren Smith, now playing in the centre as a former back rower. Great ball movement. Jason Smith did very well getting a previous pass away. Look at that. Smith was outside his man in open spaces.
So that scrum is packing about 35 out from the Brisbane line. 2-0 in favour of Canterbury. The scrum screwed around. Langer giving quick ball out to his centres. Renoff. Kahn wants a run. This is him. Madison's gone without it. Was able to gather it back in. Lazarus. Can. Both the Walters boys handled there. Gilmeister's with it now. And the sound of the whistle gives a penalty to the Broncos. 2-0 in favour of Canterbury at the moment as Langer goes away from the tap penalty. Kahn. Canterbury throwing everything they can at Brisbane in the early moments. Now probably a little bit over-enthusiastic. Madison will take the shot, I think. No, Langer continues to press on. 4-2 the penalties to Brisbane. Maybe that breeze down there is stronger than we first anticipated. 40 metres out, I thought that Madison would have had a shot. Now they've lost their opportunity of the 6 that Langer was going for. 2-0 then in favour of Canterbury. Did you think that Langer might have gone for the shot from 40 out, Gene?
No, they are running into a headwind now. It has turned around a little bit, and I think he's well advised to take the kick for touch.
Gino, a bit of panic football, I feel, from the Broncos. Canterbury defence is putting a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah, very similar start to last week when they played against Cronulla. They are known as slow starters. It's just a matter of rolling their sleeves up and doing that hard work before they decide to throw the ball about.
Well, here's Canterbury with their sleeves well and truly rolled up. And they're getting through their work very intensely. Jason Smith it was who played the ball. The ball back for Goodwin. Long raking kick, but Khan is there. Knocked it backwards. Comes to Williams.
And McCallum's called out Williams. Very strong tackle, but he did too much in the tackle. And this will be another penalty to the Brisbane side. Too many penalties Canterbury giving away. They're playing well, but the penalty's 5-2 against them. It's far too many. Too right to be aggressive.
Let's have a look at it, see what McCallum is on about.
There's a little swinging left arm there on the other side. Willie Khan certainly resented it. Let's have a look at it from another angle. Yeah, there it goes there. Took him on the chin. And Brisbane fine touch. Really right on 50 metres out. More possession for them. Lazarus taking it forward.
Play back towards the centre of the ground. Can. 40 metres out from the opposition try line. Walters. Gilmeister. Langer. Big ball by Walters. Picks up Khan. Khan down to the 20-metre line. Crunching defence by McCracken and Lamb. Now for Walters. Long ball for Langer. Kicks to the outside. Darren Smith reads it well.
Poor kick there by Alan Langer. It was a great play, the ball from Willie Khan. He got smashed in a tackle by McCracken and Lamb and got to his feet very quickly. And Langer looked like he had numbers outside, but a bad kick. Here we see Kraken and Lamb coming across, going fairly high on him. But look at him, up on his feet very quickly before the Canterbury defence can be set.
Hill. Bella wants it. Good head-on tackle by Trevor Gilmeister. Lamb sits up for Julian O'Neill. Lamb leads the chase and makes the tackle. Now,
O'Neill's lost the ball. That's inspiring play by their captain, Terry Lamb. He's kicked a few times in this match, been the first chaser down there on every occasion.
have you known too many better competitors in the game than Terry Lamb, Peter Sterling?
No, I have to give him the ultimate accolade. I just think that, you know, he's the best as our game has seen in all aspects. The likes of the Des Haslets and that are well up there, but week in, week out, well, I know Peter Morris said he's been Canterbury's best player week in, week out for...
That's a wrap, isn't it?
Maybe the best player they've had.
They're a chance here, Canterbury. They're 10 metres out from the line, and Gavin Hill has pulled down now 5 away. They go to the right from Peets to Polomouta. He works the run around. That's Gillies out wide. Jason Smith flicks it out the back. Dimmick goes for the line. Dimmick, short. 5 tackles gone. Peets, I don't think he's got it down. Held up in goal.
But they'll get possession back here. The scrum will come out, and it should be a Canterbury feed. Unless that was the last tackle. There's Geordie Peets getting down low. Good defence close in. Julian O'Neill involved. Andrew G on the far side. It was the last tackle, so now Brisbane do have the football. Good defence.
Lazarus. G. Enormous crowd here at Carlaw Park tonight. It's a sellout. And giving great hopes, I would imagine, to rugby league officials over here for their entry in 1995. Langer. Monstered there by Bella. Walters kicks, that'll find the line.
Outrageous in that last tackle, but what we see now is that Alan Langer spotting Martin Bella out wide as the game goes on, and you'll find that Alan will take the ball to Martin Bella, and then he'll have his centres running off him.
Darren Smith. So we'll watch for that. Langer's woken to the fact that Bella is maybe getting trapped out wide. Now Canterbury, they knock on. Well, or Greg, that's a dead set knock on. Play on, he says now. This is Julian O'Neill. Lamb with some blood coming from a cut. Hancock offers himself for duty even though he's wounded. Gilmeister, good tackle. Been a feature of this game. That was Jim Dimmick. Now Kerrod Walters decides to go for a run. Promotes the ball for Khan. Khan grubber kicks, but he's out like a shag on a rock, Willie Khan. There's not a Bronco in sight.
Yeah, great play by Khan. Beautiful play by Kerrod Walters. Took the hit from Bella and drew a couple of players in. The winger came in, possibly shouldn't have, then Khan into some open space. Saw he was covered, put the grubber in now. Is this ball, who's it come off? Whose feed will it be? It'll be a Canterbury feed.
Terry Lamb to the blood bin.
He missed a fair bit of the game against Balmain last week. He got an accidental elbow from Mark Geyer in that match. Fairly nasty cut on the cheekbone.
He's got one in his left eye as well.
One change for the Bulldogs, number 40, Darren Centre, replacing number 6, Terry Lamb.
Darren Centre, I think it is, that's come on to replace Terry Lamb.
And Jim Dimmick, who played 5'8" with West last year, has gone to that position.
That's Centre with it, wearing jumper number 40. Gavin Hill. Nothing wrong with this game of football, Fatty.
Oh, it's a great game, very impressive. And Martin Bell, look at him go.
There goes Big Bella, down to the 30-metre line.
Oh, great run. I'm about to give him a rap. His defence has been great, and he's been taking this ball up like a man possessed.
Listen to that crowd. Good one for Pollamount, but he puts it down.
Oh, great tackle, Steve Renoff. Came in, Pollamount, red men outside, forced the ball out. It created an overlap. Very willing game of football this. The defence is great, but the ball movement, looking to get around that defence.
Played by G, carried forward by Lazarus. (2-0) in favour of Canterbury. Let's take a comment from Gene Miles, sideline tonight.
Great opportunity here, Ray. Now that Terry Lamb's in the blood bin, it was noted last weekend that when Terry was also in the blood bin that Balmain put on 2 tries, so a great opportunity here.
O'Neill gets it down towards young Dallas. I read with interest that Brisbane were keen to do some business with this young man. Is it any wonder? Tremendous run by Brett Dallas. Very fast. Probably the fastest in rugby league. And a penalty goes to Canterbury. High tackle on Luke Goodwin.
Now, he's actually got them from inside the 5, and that's a good decision. It wasn't a high tackle to the extent that Luke Goodwin, with the big step, really threw the defensive players out. A signal that they're going to try and add another 2 points here. The big step, now we see coming across. Well, no, the signal was for inside the 5. I agree with that. I didn't think it was a high tackle. It was just evasion here from Goodwin.
They've had all the entertainment that they want. You saw it at the top of the show, the bungee jumper out of the helicopter, and the crowd must be probably 20,000. They're jam-packed into the grandstands.
We thought we might have had jumping the helicopter for the bungee jump, Rose. It didn't eventuate. Yeah. You know you love flying.
Yeah, that's right. Wouldn't jump to save myself. Gavin Hill. 35 metres out. Practically right in front, looking to make it 4-0. Leaves the boot okay. The touch judges, they move to one side. No goal. Canterbury 2, Brisbane yet to score. 20-metre dropout by Brisbane's Julian O'Neill. Straight down to Luke Goodwin, and that breeze, the strength of that breeze is typified by that drop kick. It came down very quickly, so it definitely has picked up. And it's against Brisbane in the first half. So Canterbury, they're going to need all of the 4-point lead that they, or should I say the 2-point lead they've got. And they'll need a lot more than that, I would imagine. McCracken now. Cross for Pollamount, and on for Dimmick. Floats it out the back, one-handed take. Jason Smith in one motion gets it away to Lamb. Oh, that's great football by the entertainers. Now, here's Goodwin. Goodwin's 8 metres out. Gives the pass for Dimmick. It's a try. Canterbury, a sensational try. You won't see many better than that.
Well, two of the greatest passes you've ever seen involved in the two lead-up plays to that. Jason Smith, beautiful hands, got the ball on to Terry Lamb. Luke Goodwin got out of dummy half. Here we see the play setting it up. There's the ball from Dimmick. What about this for a pass? Lamb does an amazing job to catch it. A good play, the ball. Goodwin, he beats an ordinary defensive tackle here. Straight up the middle of the ruck. Looks like he's covered, and they're around the pass ball to Jim Dimmick. Great backing up from Dimmick. He was on the ground not so long ago.
Yeah, must give Dimmick some raps here because he was never dead in this play. Kept coming. Goodwin, a beautiful step, and this is a sensational pass. Saw Dimmick, heard him coming. Great try to Canterbury. They've been putting the pressure on now for the last 15 minutes, and finally they've got the four-pointer they've been looking for.
Well, you'll, I think, wait a long time to see as many rugby league skills thrown into one try as that one. Gavin Hill converts, and the Canterbury Bulldogs, they're looking good at Carlaw Park. Again.
It was this good one. He saw that Brisbane were offside, saw that they weren't back in their defensive line, took advantage of that. And that pass as good as you'll see all year.
Tremendous stuff. Well, Gino, I know that you're a Bronco through and through, but you too must have delighted in that.
Yeah, it certainly was entertaining footy, Ray. They have had all the possession, and
sure.
It's just a matter of time before they convert that into points.
June, they have made a lot of first-up missed tackles, haven't they, Brisbane? I know the pressure is on them. The scrappy play here means that's going to be a Canterbury penalty. Everything going their way at the moment, but one-on-one, they've missed quite a few important tackles.
Yeah, they have, and I think a message went out just behind the line then that I'm sure that Wayne Bennett would have said tighten that defence up. Particularly Glenn Lazarus and Steve Renouf, they stood out. They looked very ordinary that stage.
Canterbury taking advantage of the penalty, and here's big Martin Bella. He'd like this match tonight up against a bloke like Glenn Lazarus. Lazarus regarded as the game's #1 prop forward. Darren Smith. Changes coming for Brisbane, I'm led to believe. Gavin Hill plays it. Martin Bella runs it, crosses the halfway mark, takes it down to the 40. We've got a scoreline of Canterbury 8, Brisbane 0. Friday night football on Nines Rugby League. Lamb kicks ahead, goes for the regather, and he comes up with it. 5 tackles gone. Here they come again, the blue and whites from Belmore. Grubbing kick, crossing the line before Brett Dallas arrives.
Well, Martin Bella has certainly risen to the occasion. As we see the replacements getting ready. Mark Hone there for Brisbane. Martin Bella took 2 up in that set of 6. He's had a wow of a start to this game. Was brought off early in the match against Balmain last week. He's taken a little while to settle into the Canterbury colours. This is a very, very good performance early in the game for Martin Bella.
An indication of the amount of possession Canterbury's had, and this backs up what Gene was saying. This is the 7th scrum packing, and Canterbury have won the scrums 5-1. It simply means they've fed the ball 5 occasions to Brisbane's 1. That's all it means under the rules the way they are these days. Hancock picked up and thrown back like a rag doll. And that's not easy when you're dealing with Michael Hancock. Madison. Chris Anderson must be wrapped at what he's seeing, Paul.
They have played as good a 30 minutes of football as we've seen from any side this year. Their defence has been great. It's been aggressive. Controlled aggression is what they've used. And with forwards like Bella and Hill going forward in the play, it's just been a dream start for them. And it shows on the scoreboard, 8-0.
Andrew G. Doesn't this crowd get up when there's some excitement around?
I do think in the future this is going to be a graveyard for a lot of teams. The Auckland Warriors, they're going to field nearly a test strength side, we believe, if they can get the calibre of player back that they can call on. As the ball comes out, it's, well, it's a bit of a lucky one there for the Brisbane side. Maybe just what they were looking for. The ball flew out from Luke Goodwin's arms. Let's just see if there was a hand involved. Oh no, I think it was Goodwin just pushing away. Ball came out. His fault.
He was incensed by the Brisbane player hanging on too long, but that had all finished when Goodwin broke down on discipline just for a split second. But that'll all get better for him. Chris Johns. Langer. Madison off now. And this is G in the number 10 jumper. Gilmeister. Langer. Grubber kick. First grubber from Langer. Goodwin was back there, cleaned up. Magnificent piece of work by the youngster.
Well, that's a show of confidence, isn't it? He didn't dive on the football. He picked it up on the run, beat the tackle of Langer, and then nearly beat the second tackle.
This is Jason Williams. McCracken. Canterbury with some action from the bench. 41 getting ready to come on for them. That'll be Mark Brokenshire, that is. 10 minutes of time remaining first half, Gene. Terry Lamb, I'll come back to you later. Darren Smith, Terry Lamb again. Down the park they go inside the 30. Away from Smith, over for Williams. 5 metres out. Jason Smith gets involved again. Goes for the line, gets it away. Williams puts it down. Oh, great try. Tremendous work by the Dogs.
Well, the Dogs are playing Brisbane-style football. Brisbane normally the team that can attack from their own corner and score tries. It's Canterbury tonight, and this Jason Smith has got ball skills that I haven't seen before. Beautiful work out wide again. Terry Lamb, the inside pass. The Brisbane player didn't come across quickly enough in defence, and support play here. Great stuff. That's Smith with the football now. A selective pass to Williams. Some good defence on Williams coming across here. Julian O'Neill falls off. Chris Johns. Smith, blindside. He's tackled by 2 players here. You can't get that ball away. He does.
Brilliant play by Smith. This is fantastic play by him. Drew in a couple, and an unbelievable. Another ball round the corner here. And Dimmick, who did very well to stay in from touch before, goes over. The play you're talking about, who loomed up on the inside, didn't come across, Peter, was Glenn Lazarus. A front rower, just didn't get over there in time. That created the opportunity for Smith to burst through that gap 80 metres away.
Well, that's the mistake in the Brisbane defence, isn't it, Paul, when you've got the front rower inside your centre. There's a couple of players missing there, and Terry Lamb and his inside backs are sniffing that out.
Yes, I've never seen Brisbane miss so many first-up tackles. Their missed tackle rate must be enormous. It's up around the 13 mark already.
But on the other side of the coin, Paul Vorton, it's a kind of magic from Canterbury. They used to be called the entertainers of rugby league, and tonight they've pulled on that name tag again. Gavin Hill, no luck from the sidelines. 12-0 now in favour of the Canterbury side over Brisbane. They love it. 20-odd thousand of them, and they are lapping it up as Darren Smith put a fend on one of his opposition. Then Lamb got involved before Jason Smith took it on.
This pass here that he throws, you can see the Brisbane cover coming across. Beautiful pass, nicely timed. Another missed tackle there by O'Neill. Should have held him. And then Smith did it all from here. Drew a couple, and the inside ball to Dimmick.
Gee, what a game Jason Smith having.
Yeah, the back row's playing very well for Canterbury. From the kick-off, we've seen a mistake from the Bulldogs as we come into the last 5 minutes. Another set 6 signalled by the referee. They're desperate to score before half-time, the Broncos.
Mark Hone playing the ball. Kerrod Walters away from dummy half. Gets it within 12 metres of the line. Langer's gone into dummy half now with his hooker playing the ball. Out to the 5/8. Walters now for Johns, and crashing defence by Canterbury. 10 metres out, and Johns is wounded. Cairns out of the tackle. Loves to score a try, the big fella. 7 out, 5 tackles gone. Walters gives it to Renouf. Renouf scores for Brisbane.
And there's the hit back straight away. Champion side, the Broncos. The crowd's booing. You can see they're on Canterbury side tonight, but that all came from the initial mistake from the kick-off by Canterbury, and Brisbane 6 or 7 or 8 tackles later, away they go. It's a nice ball by Kevin Walters. Canterbury a bit short on the fence. Darren Smith didn't read it too well, and Renouf a big gap.
That was the World Cup combination, Walters to Renouf.
And the same sort of pass.
And they needed it. Darren Smith, well, he was a little bit unlucky. He didn't have enough numbers out there, so he's tried to get up quickly, and in the end he's just got up a little bit in no man's land, and a beautifully weighted pass from Walters put Renouf in.
So you can never afford to turn your back on them. Get you. And they'll hurt. Listen to that crowd in the background. They are pumped up out in the bleachers. Canterbury's got the most vocal support, but they're a very popular team nevertheless. The Brisbane side. Madison no luck either. Little mistake back in the end goal, but Langer quick to recover. Back into the field of play. Lazarus might have made a couple of mistakes in the first half, but he's, I think, made more hit-ups than any of the other forwards.
He's been their best yards getter, no doubt about that. As Ken does a good job to get outside the quarter line, but Lazarus, he's been the first there to hit this ball up and done it very effectively.
Something about Alan Cam, which I'll come back to in a moment and bounce off you. Willie Kahn has tackled 40 metres out, but he's a nuggety second rower, Cam, but gee, he can beat a man with a step, can't he?
Well, they're very hard to bring down because they've got legs about 1 foot high and you can't get round them, so you've got to take them high. And Alan Cam will see a good kick there by the Brisbane side, but Cam...
If you want to keep it in play, you can't see it there, but it actually goes up, probably 3 feet before it reaches the dead ball line. Kevin Walters, look at this long pass. Kahn comes in, makes the extra. Julian O'Neill tries to break them, but he's pulled down 20 out. Smith, the defender. Good work, Darren Smith. Now Hancock does a bit of dancing. Play back and away. Kevin Walters, short ball. Mark Hone, one of Wayne Bennett's best players last year. And now Madison, Langer, Kevin Walters. Steps, runs into traffic. Jason Smith pulls him down. Jason Smith, he's played a major part in 2 Canterbury tries. Now Langer. 7 metres from the line, pulled down by Geordie Peets and Martin Bella. 5 tackles gone from the dummy half to Madison to Kevin Walters. There's the pass again! Renouf gets his second! Running off Kevin Walters. Oh, have they got it going? Walters and Renouf.
Yeah, too good. There's Brisbane stretching Canterbury. It was a bad defensive error made here by the Canterbury side, in particular one of their players, McCracken. As the ball comes out and it comes through the hands of Madison onto Walters. You know, there's a bit of numbers out there. Watch McCracken came in there looking for an intercept. Stupid play. Gillies over in cover. Goodwin was there, but Renouf too quick and too strong. So they hit back the Broncos. Back Gene Miles.
Gene Miles, yeah. Here's Madison now from the 20-metre line. He's got this. Madison gets it from the line. Twice, though, in this match, within 10 minutes.
For Chris Anderson, the Canterbury coach, he'll be happy with the first 35 minutes by the Bulldogs, but he'll be filthy on the last 5.
Goodwin. Well, the big fella, he looked around as if to say, who's going to do it this time? They all pointed in his direction, and Lazarus it was that took it out. Gilmeister. Siren in the background. Mark Hone will be the last of the Broncos to touch the football in the opening 40 minutes. And the crowd rises. They know they've seen an exciting and outstanding half ago of our Friday night football game on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Steve Renouf scored 2 tries to bring Brisbane back into this game just in front of half-time, running off 2 Kevin Walters passes. Canterbury, back they come. Chris Anderson, he would have been, well, beside himself with what Canterbury had done in the early part of the game. But they just they eased off. And this man, Kevin Walters, put Brisbane together with Steve Renoff within 2 points at half-time, 12-10. Let's have a look at some stats with Paul Vorton.
Well, Brisbane, surprisingly, have had the more of the ball, 54% against Canterbury's 46%. And Brisbane have held the ball for 6 tackles on 10 occasions. That's why they came back into the game so well. Missed tackles is a worry for them. 14 misses for Brisbane against Canterbury's 9. And handling errors 4 to Canterbury, 3 to Brisbane. 12-10 on the scoreboard. Brisbane still plenty of work to do. Canterbury disappointed with that last 10 minutes as Julian O'Neill kicks off.
Do you get the impression that the team that scores next, the next try scorers, may take this game?
Well, I wouldn't say that. Not on the first 40, Ray. We saw a 12-0 deficit turn into 12-10. So it's going to go right down to the wire, this one.
This is Mark Brokenshire. 15 metres out from the Canterbury line. Good, strong run by Jason Smith. Brother of Darren. Great first half for him too. Martin Bella. Goodwin. Favourable bounce for Julian O'Neill to go back with 2 and beyond the halfway line. 40 minutes of football. Canterbury leading by 2. 12 points to 10 if you've just joined us. Mark Hone. Short passing away for G, that is. Now Kevin Walters gets out and away from dummy half before finding Gilmeister and Madison, and now Kevin Walters. Wrapped up. Plenty of passing, but not going anywhere. High-risk football. Gilmeister. Good tackle by Geordie Peets. Talanga. Just waiting it in. Williams was equal to it. Khan on Williams. Williams stands him up and beats him. Good run by the Kiwi.
Oh, great run by Jason Williams. As New Zealand selectors here watching tonight, they'll be very impressed with the game that he's had. And Martin Bella still involved in all the heavy work. Another good run.
Near the halfway line. Gillies. Palamount. Brokenshire. Sideline comment from Gene Miles.
A lot of concern shown with Chris Johns' injury, Ray. He seems to be hobbling out here, and Williams got around him reasonably easy just then.
We'll keep an eye on him, Chris Johns, as Palamount delivers for his captain. Then it goes out to fingertip control, but it's gone over the sideline. Turnover for Brisbane. Mark Hone. Johns just casting an eye on him. Still a bit proppy, hanging back out of the line. Back line that's not required just yet, but will be very shortly. Can plays the ball. Walters spears it on for Madison to turn inside. Backing up O'Neill. Renner, quick pass. Hancock over the halfway. Oh, gee, that was a good piece of work. Now Langer. Good crunching defence. He offloaded the ball.
He offloaded the ball, but Kieran Walters, McCallum saw a tiniest of tiny knock-ons there.
Kieran Walters is walking around as if to say, what was wrong with that? Let's watch it.
I'd say there was a little one there.
Lamb trying to force McCracken through a gap. Tackled on the halfway. Darren Smith in the headgear. And he's found in the Brisbane tackle something a touch high for Matheson. Callum, of course, was the man that sent Andrew Walker off in that match last weekend. Well, don't say anything because we've said it 100 times already, I think. That's the rule, and we've got to live with it, and so too is Terry Madison. And really, it's hard to argue, I suppose, with authorities when they're out to protect anything above the shoulders, particularly when you're trying to promote youngsters to play the game more and more.
Well, we still have Darren Smith down on the ground, so there must have been some damage done in the tackle. He's not the kind of player who does stay down. Canterbury have a great attacking opportunity here now. Martin Bella tackle 21 metres out, working towards centre field. They'll have both options very shortly.
That's Brokenshire. And jumper number 41, tackled in the centre of the ground, 22 metres out. Away from Craig Pollamouta. Dimmick tries to shrug off Langer. Now he's lost the ball. Langer comes up with it. Now McCallum has penalised Dimmick for mouthing off. Oh, gee, Jimmy. No need for that.
Showing the emotion out there. It's a big game for both of these sides. They got away to good starts last weekend, looking to keep that winning momentum going. Dimmick's played well. And there's a mistake. That came off Kerrod Wallace. Another knock-on.
Knock-on on the first tackle. Once again, the Canterbury defence was very strong. Forced the issue. G. Tronoff played in a situation he possibly shouldn't have.
The movement on the Brisbane bench.
Scott Blacker in 28. Canterbury win the scrum feed. Luke Goodwin coming in from fullback. The big step. Well read in defence.
Gee, it looks like a step I think I saw many years ago in rugby league.
Thanks, Ray.
Darren Smith puts his brother down the ground. Renoff does a forward somersault with Pike as he regathers his chance here. Oh, gee! That was a real chance for Brisbane if Willie Kahn could have taken it. Now Williams is wrapped up by Langer and Kahn, and McCallum blows the whistle as a touch judge comes in.
Well, I'm not sure which way this one's going to go. I thought Willie Kahn swung one there. He had the chance if he could have picked it up on the half volley to be away, because it was only Martin Bella coming across in cover defence. Bella came up with the lost ball, kept the ball alive. That's Jason Williams being spoken to. Jason Williams and Willie Kahn have had a couple of run-ins tonight. That's the ball that's gone to... Oh, the big elbow there.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. The right elbow of Williams onto the jaw of Willie Kahn. And the penalty goes to the Broncos. Julian O'Neill finding the line, 20 metres out, penalty 7-5 to Brisbane. And here comes Brisbane now, inside the Canterbury 20-metre zone. Lazarus. Gilmeister gets out of dummy half. Walters passes. Madison takes it within about 7 metres of the line. Kerrod Walters goes himself, runs to the defence line. Langer knocks on. And advantage rule applies for Canterbury. Bad pass for Lamb. Does well to make 15 metres of ground. More action on the Brisbane bench. It's Smith. And it's Alan Cann about to come back on for the Brisbane Broncos. Geordie Peach. Goodwin out from dummy half and puts the kick down. It'll find the line. Good piece of work. Out from dummy half, no mark of pressure. And he's picked up the easiest 50 metres you've ever seen.
Certainly happy about it too, the little smile. He really is in a great position at Canterbury to be playing alongside a player of the calibre of Terry Lamb. I'm sure that he's learning a great deal from him, constantly talking to him. Lamb recognises the talent that this kid possesses. It's just got to be steered in the right direction, and he's the man to do the steering.
This is Blacker. 22 metres out from the line.
Yeah, Blacker's a player Brisbane picked up from the Brisbane Valleys Club in Brisbane.
Going to the sideline. Gene, you've got a crowd figure. Is it over the 20?
No, Ray, just short. It's a tremendous crowd, though. 16,236.
You don't mind if I put a little question mark on it?
No, not at all.
They got GST over here, haven't they? Langer back and off the bird charge, down off the Canterbury feet. Dallas goes away. Like grease lightning, the kid from the wing. 10 metres into Brisbane's area. Gillies, consistently one of their best. Peach, Polamaunda, Bella's out to his left. 30-metre line. Lamb. Goodwin's come off his left hip. Now it'll be a penalty to Canterbury.
No, in actual fact, I think he's called out a Canterbury player.
Oh, has he?
Probably for saying something.
No,
He's called out Langer Gilmeister.
Goodwin's still down on the ground and he's clutching at his face. It's Gilmeister.
It's getting worse, this situation. Once again, you can always tell, you know, rugby league players been around for a long time, and when the whistle goes and they sort of stand up and say, what's going on, what's happened there, and they get a penalty against them.
Yeah, well, Alan Langer's venting his feelings. The whole idea of defence is to stop the football. And if you...
Gilmeister's face. He knew there was nothing in there.
There's the kick by Goodwin. I like it. So do the touch judges, and so do the Canterbury supporters. They lead 14-10 now at Carlaw Park. Brisbane down by 4. But in this game, they've been used to trailing. Upwards of 16,000 rugby league fans here tonight. Apart from what I think, that's what the official crowd figure is. Darren Smith. Lamb. That's broken sheer. Jason Smith with it now. I'll tell you one thing they're going to have to do here before 1995. That's if they use Carlaw. Is just improve the lights a little bit. It looks great on television, I suppose, light-wise, but there are some dark patches here. 5 gone for Canterbury, for Goodwin to clear. Hone goes for the charge down, too late. Blacker folds back, bounces for him back on his own 10-metre line. Number 28 is Scott Blacker. Langer, yet, I think fair to say, yet to explode into this game.
Well, I think he's been contained very well by the Canterbury players. They're getting up on the outside of him, not giving him many options because the defence is coming up both sides of the ruck, and at times he struggled to make a break.
Blacker got through Polamaunda, but not through Dimmick. That's Andrew G coming from the field. Anderson. He turned his back on them, and while he wasn't looking, they hit him with a barrage, an avalanche of Canterbury defence. Langer's kick, was he knocked over late? Referee McCallum looks at his touchy. I think this might go in favour of Langer. I thought it might have been a touch late. McCallum looked straight at his touch judge. Now the penalty should be given where the ball bounces, but in this case it'll be given in from where the ball crossed the sideline, if I'm right in what I think's about to transpire. Gillies is the man. Gillies is called out. There's no doubt that Brisbane are going to get the penalty. This was Langer. I thought he had time to pull out of it. There's nothing malicious in what happened, but the kick went out on the full, and the penalty will go 10 metres in from where the ball crossed the sideline. O'Neill taking the kick for touch. Now a chance for Brisbane. Hone. Good work by Hone. Jared Walder's centres play. Now they're 11 out. They've got a big back line to the right, including Renouf out wide. Cam. Lazarus winding up. He might be running a decoy. No, he's not. He reverse passes. Madison goes for the gap. He's pulled down 5 metres out from the line. Kerrod Walder's dummy half. Langer to the left. That's him with the ball. Hone is now looking for the line. Not over. I don't think so. McCallum looks at his touch judges. Well, Hone still tries to get it down, but it's a double movement.
Double movement. And it's been the touch judge's decision here. He was the man who saw Hone reaching for that line. Interesting decision by him. At the time, I thought he was a double movement. Here he goes for the line here. A bad miss there. Is he pulled down short? Yeah, double movement. Good decision.
I'm wondering why the urgency for even attempting the double movement. I think it was only tackle 3.
Yeah, it's tempting, isn't it? You're trying to get the ball down on the line. Just short there.
Brokenshire's pass came down luckily into the fingers of Darren Smith, and now Jim Dimmick having a good game tonight, the former Magpie. Polomounta. You'd have to be, I would imagine, pretty hard to please if you'd paid your entrance fee here and didn't enjoy what they're doing for you. Terry Lamb crosses halfway, down to the 30. McCracken, 25 out. Canterbury launching an attack. Lamb, Polomounta, shoulder charge went astray. Polomounta runs to the gap. Langer pulls him down desperately. It was Blacker. Now it's Lamb. Tries to wade it in there. Canterbury gets 6 more. Brisbane under intense pressure now. Darren Smith. 8 metres from the line. Chance here for the Dogs. That's Smith. 2 metres out. Peaks. Polomounta does some dancing, tries to do it, and does he? Yes! Polomounta! McCallum taking an age, talking to the in-goal judge, and now gives it.
And the Brisbane players not happy at all with that decision. And Polomounta's been hurt while scoring that try. Canterbury hit back and get it on his own, Polomounta. I think it's been another decision by the in-goal touch judge who nodded his head.
It was weighted possession. We saw that the kick was touched by a Brisbane player. That meant another set of 6. Polomounta, the left foot step between 2 players, Blacker and Madison. Coming across was Glenn Lazarus. It's not a good angle to have a look from. This one should be a better one. Scored a try last week, Polomounta. This one is a crucial one. Did you get the ball down? No try. Drop the ball.
Yeah, I think you're right, Sterlo.
Oh, I think he's dead right. And that being the case, McCallum has got a bad call. Now, from memory, did he not get a couple of bad calls last Friday night too?
Yeah, he did, but you can only rely on these. But this is poor defence by Brisbane, wasn't it? You know, 5 metres out, pressure tackles they're missing. Lazarus came over, and he's not even on the line. Not even close.
He's gone through the 2 defenders here. About to reach out, and the ball comes loose from his grasp there. I can't give a try. I don't think he's put it downward, mate. I think he's lost the ball. And if he has grounded it, he's grounded it before the line anyway.
Well, there's a lot of concern over young Polomounta. It's something to do with that right collarbone, I feel.
Yeah, I think you'll find Glenn Lazarus coming across from Polomounta's right-hand side. Got a fairly good shot on him. And we see it's unfortunate that Polomounta being taken to the sideline. They should have kept him out there. And there you see the knees, accidental knees, or a body hit from Glenn Lazarus coming through. And Polomounta being taken to the sideline.
Well, he's in a lot of pain there, young Polomounta. Brisbane's missed tackles has now climbed to 22. The Dogs home. The good one makes no mistakes. Now Canterbury leads by 20 points to 10.
This Brisbane restart play, trailing by 10. I'm sure that Canterbury will be aware that they had a similar lead in the first half. And Brisbane, in the twinkling of an eye, were able to get back into the game. They must concentrate, and they are vulnerable now.
Darren Smith, 29 out from his own line. Bella wants it on the blind, but he runs a decoy. Brokenshire's wrapped up. Peach, Lamb. Blacker fields the ball and then brings it back some 20 metres. Carr. They probably tonight haven't had the impact on the game that we've gotten used to. I'm talking about the wingers, Khan and Hancock. Oh, Lazarus makes a bad mistake. Played slowly by Jason Smith. Bella. 10 metres into opposition territory. Peach. 10 points in arrears, 22 minutes to go. Lamb. Darren Smith. Looks inside, McCracken can't handle. He had...
These two guys are just like extra forwards to you.
Williams making hay while the sun shines. Smith, one of Canterbury's best, Jason Smith. Brokenshire to the halfway. Pollamount, am I hearing correctly, taken immediately to hospital for precautionary x-rays. McCracken. Darren Centre is on the ground now for Craig Pollamount as Terry Lamb unloads for Demick. Demick's pass. Was it forward for Bella? Now it's gone on for Peach. Peach down to the 20-metre line. Good one on 5. Lamb goes for the drop goal. Watching, and McCallum says wide. Blacker. 20-metre run back to the enemy. Good tackle by Dimick. Canterbury. Fairly compressed in defence at the moment. Now they're starting to spread. Long ball, Kevin Walters for Renoff. Renoff tries to slide through.
Oh, great tackle by Mark Brackenshire, the prop forward over in cover.
Blacker, right on the halfway. One senses that Brisbane have gone up a gear. That's the urgency of the evening. Kerrod Walters. Canterbury, though, leading by 20-10. Langer. Pass goes away. O'Neill's pass. Referee says that's okay. I don't know about the last one, though. It looked to be deliberately forward for mine.
Well, it's poor work by the Brisbane players outside Alan Langer. They prejudged that he was going to kick the football as Bella again makes great yards straight up the middle of the ruck. They got in front of Alan Langer, gave no option to him but to throw a dicey pass followed by another one.
Darren Centre plays it. Geordie Peach gives it. First receiver, Dimick. And Jim Dimick, a bullocking run. Just outside the 30-metre line that's gone away for young Goodwin around the back for McCracken. McCracken well marked tonight. O'Neill did the tackling with Langer. Now Goodwin goes up to the defence line. Ooh, gee, Jason Smith took a heavy tackle there. Gilmeister it was. Lamb. Working play back down into field goal territory. Dimick away for Lamb. Darren Smith puts the grubber kick in. Blacker. Blacker saves it for Brisbane. Kevin Walters. Blacker again.
Tonight, we're looking to continue that.
Dimick.
He's had a game, Jim Dimick, you know, his support play's been very, very good, and his ball running. I've never seen him run the ball so much, and he's made a lot of breaks.
Gavin Hill. Gillies able to offload. Brisbane not putting the man away with the ball. Goodwin's pass goes to ground. Centre cleans up for Canterbury. Knock backward, said the referee. Now Dallas. Peach. Lamb kicks for Darren Smith to chase, but the kick is on an angle. O'Neill comes galloping back. Makes it out to the 30-metre line. Pass is knocked on. Here's a chance for Brisbane.
Right there with the pass from Luke Goodwin. Come up with possession.
Brisbane lock the ball in the scrum for as long as they can, hoping to get a penalty off Canterbury, getting inside the 5.
Well inside the 5 now.
Gilmeister, 20 metres out, centre of the ground. Kerrod Walters finds Madison, who finds Langer. Good defence on Langer. Away now for Kerrod Walters. Madison goes into dummy half. Kevin Walters is with the ball. He lofts the pass to O'Neill. He tries to put a grubber kick through, but Canterbury come away with it.
The idea was okay because the outside men were on the fly, but he just couldn't thread the needle and get the kick through. He ended up being a rebound. But you'll see out wide here, Canterbury defence up very quickly. There's no one in behind there. Dallas up. He's right next to Renoff. So Michael Hancock, he'd have scored if the ball had got through.
Canterbury with Dean Pay now on in jumper number 21. Oh, Luke Goodwin was thinking about what he was going to do next. Terry Lamb goes over and does the right thing. And I guess he's saying to him, forget about it. Don't worry about it. Encouraging words from Lamb, I would think. Gene Miles.
Yeah, right. Brisbane must use their back line. There's not on one occasion have we had Langer, Walters, Renouf, and also Julian O'Neill on one side of the field.
Kevin Walters tackled now, 20 metres out from the line. Canterbury's defence.
Brisbane pushing the pass, looking for that try to get them back in the game. And Dallas, a good run by him out to the halfway line and beyond they go now, Canterbury.
Williams. 30 metres away from the line.
Been outstanding, the Canterbury wingers. Williams made a lot of ground tonight. Brett Dallas has lost nothing in opposition to Michael Hancock.
Listen to that chance. Bulldog, that's what they want. 3 Kiwis in their lineup. 17,000 Kiwis here tonight. Roaring encouragement for them. Dimmick offloading out wide. Ball comes back and away for Jared McCracken after centre had handled. Now they put it down.
A double knock on there, Mark Hone trying to pick the ball up. It would be a Brisbane feed. He could have got that ball. He had a couple of players on the outside. Well, it's a turnover. Brisbane again with the football, looking to keep the ball alive. Canterbury defence, well, it's running this game at the moment.
To be tackled on the halfway.
The big difference between the two defences tonight, Brisbane have missed many first-up tackles, but the tackles they have made, a lot of them have been ineffective. Thereby Canterbury offloading under pressure when 2 or 3 Brisbane players are holding them. That then puts more pressure on the Brisbane defence, and it's been the very weak part of their game tonight, the Broncos.
On the other side of the coin, Paul, the best signal of a good defence is when you close the dummy half runners down. Kerrod Walters, like he's the most dangerous dummy half runner in the game, hasn't been allowed out of dummy half, so their marker defence and subsequent defence has been very, very good.
This will be a Brisbane loose head and feed to the scrum 25 metres away from the side of the halfway. Can they score? Langer pumping it down for Luke Goodwin. This time he's safe. Terry Lamb. Williams coming in to take the play over forward. Martin Bell. Good, strong effort by the big fella tonight. Broken shear. Five gone for Canterbury. Goodwin's kick going down to the corner occupied by Hancock. Comes back to Terry Lamb and also Simon Gillies, and Canterbury's defence looks very much like it did at the opening of the game. Blacker.
We saw Simon Gillies make a tackle there, get up, and was bouncing on his feet, waiting to make the next tackle. That's enthusiasm out there. We've got less than 5 minutes to go. And he made it very obvious to the Brisbane players that he was ready to come up with the next tackle.
Here's Lazarus. One-on-one from the front. When he's travelling at speed, talking of speed, Julian O'Neill gets out of a tackle, gets up again, but is brought down.
And that was Terry Lamb over there in cover defence, grasped him once and got up and made sure of the man.
Turnover.
A turnover. Terry Lamb, what a player.
Canterbury, they can soak up time now.
This is a great tackle here. There's a nice break made by O'Neill, showed plenty of speed. And Lamb's right at the back here, had dropped back to the second man in cover. A beautiful tackle, grasped him and got up and got him again.
Big Bella was swooping in to clean it up. He's had a strong game tonight, Martin Bella. Dean Pay. Well, it now seems that this hoodoo that Canterbury's got on Brisbane is about to take on new proportions. 6 times they've played since Brisbane came into the league in 1988. I know that's hard to believe, but they've only played 6 times, including tonight. And short of a miracle, Canterbury, at the end of tonight, will have won 5-1 over Brisbane. Last tackle, Blacker recovers for Brisbane. Doesn't really matter what Michael Hancock did with it. Lamb working the scrums himself since the departure of Craig Pollamounter. We suspect ribs with Pollamounter. He was taken for x-rays immediately to hospital. Bella passes and Geordie Peach did not expect it.
No, but it did come off his knee, I thought, and he pulled his hands away. I thought it should have been play on there, and Geordie...
Occasion Brisbane. It was a play that the State of Origin Queensland side used a lot. But it's a line drop out to restart us. It's all academic now. 20 points to 10. And we must be into time off. There's the siren. Lazarus takes it, puts the bomb up. Goodwin stands his ground. And that's the end of a great game of rugby league at Carlaw Park. These fans, they'll be back in their thousands. It might be a wait of a couple of years, but we'll be back before then, obviously. A tremendous effort by Canterbury. They had it early, they let it go, then they put it back together. They've come away with this win, 20 points to 10 over Brisbane, the defending champions.
When you take 10 minutes out of the game, that was the 10 minutes that Brisbane hit back. It was all Canterbury for 70 minutes of that match. A great effort by them and a fantastic effort. Every one of their players performed to the utmost of their ability. Not one player let them down. Terry Lamb led from the front. Blokes like Jason Smith showed amazing skill on a few occasions. Bella and Hill very strong up front. And over to the crowd. The crowd love it. They love the Bulldogs.
So Terry Lamb and the Canterbury-Bankstown team acknowledge this crowd. A massive crowd of, they say, nearly 17,000. There must have been plenty of free tickets given away, I would suggest here. Great effort. We're going to a break. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Canterbury here at Carlaw Park in Auckland. The Bulldogs defeating the reigning premiers Brisbane 20 points to 10. A tremendous all-round performance by the team, as was the performance by our man of the match, our Mitsubishi man of the match, who is now with Gene Miles.
Thanks, Peter. Our Mitsubishi Motors man of the match is the Canterbury front rower, Martin Bella. Martin, you started the match as though it was a State of Origin match.
Oh, no, I just very much would have liked to have won this one, especially like after last year. When we played Newcastle, I got knocked out here, so I wanted to have a good game.
You just went around and acknowledged the crowd with the Canterbury teammates. You certainly had the support here.
Yeah, I think we did. Of course, it helps having a couple of the side being Kiwis, but it's very pleasing to have this sort of support. Makes it a lot easier.
Your skipper tonight, Terry Lamb, inspirational.
Yeah, mate, he's been playing very well. I mean, he hasn't been able to get his head out of the road too often. So far, he's got 2 games, 2 cuts, but he's been going very well.
I'm sure a lot of Queensland supporters will hope you continue this form and take it into May, June, July.
Not half as much as I hope. I keep it going.
Martin, congratulations.
Thanks very much.
I forgot that.
I got it.
Real state of origin performance there from Martin Bella, showing that a change of clubs may just be as good as a holiday for the big man. Footy tap tonight was something of an upset in some people's minds. We saw a dividend of $138.20 for that 20-10 scoreline, and the completion of round 2 looks like this. Now the games are Canberra taking on Penrith, Gold Coast Illawarra, Newcastle and West, St George and Balmain, Cronulla, Parramatta, Manly and Souths. Our telecast game comes from Sydney Football Stadium on Sunday afternoon. Eastern Suburbs up against North Sydney. East very impressive against Newcastle last week. North winning the local derby over Manly. Should be a great battle there. And the sport continues on Wide World of Sports. Tomorrow morning, the Lipton's tennis from Key Biscayne in Florida. It's men's action starting at 2:30 a.m. And tonight, right after Nightline, we go to the Gold Coast for all the action from today's qualifying. Our Indy coverage starts from 1 p.m. Saturday, 11 a.m. on Sunday. That's one not to miss. A great night here in Auckland. Big crowd here to witness a tremendous performance from Canterbury. 20 points to 10 over Brisbane. 2 wins from 2 starts for the Bulldogs. They now lead the competition, of course. So until we come to you from the Sydney Football Stadium for the East's North Sydney game on Sunday afternoon, on behalf of Gene Miles and the entire Wide World of Sports football team, we wish you a very good night.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.
Lead through a try to Steve Carter. But Canterbury went to the break ahead 14-8. Terry Lamb again inspired the Bulldogs with a series of try-saving tackles and a pass for Jared McCracken's try as Canterbury went on to win 21-8. At North Sydney Oval, the Gold Coast trailed the Bears 10-6 at half-time after the in-goal touch judge gave the nod for this try. But North sealed their win with 2 tries in as many minutes to Jeff Doyle and Noel Solomon. The Seagulls came back with 2 more tries, but it was Norths who were victorious by 22 points to 14. Owen Martin, 10 Eyewitness News.